Healing is a complex journey. A journey that if we don't understand the complexities to it, then you may be caught in believing that your journey is not normal. When you are healing, there is something called the split. And this is a stage that many people get caught on. And the split is a stage between when you have started to change your behaviours and you are creating new behaviours or new ways of looking at things, but while old behaviours are still creeping in, or still under the surface, or still raising their ugly head. And there is a reason for this. People believe that when they're healing, it is about replacing something, in the sense that you take one thing away, such as negative thoughts, and you just bring positive thoughts to you. Or you change your behaviour by just doing the opposite behaviour. But that's not true. The healing journey is a little bit more complex than that. And unfortunately, it isn't as simple as just reinforcing one new behaviour against the other behaviour and act as if the other behaviour is never going to come in. During healing, you will be called to explore why you did certain behaviours. Where did they come from? And only when you've explored them will you then start to understand why they no longer serve you. Why your negative thought pattern is there and how it's holding you back. Why you have some behaviours that are learnt coping mechanisms. And that takes time. That isn't an overnight process where you just realise you're doing something and you change it by doing something different, because that's called a suppression. It's a process. So each behaviour that you work on, or each part of your thought pattern or emotions that you work on, have to go through a progress stage, a stage of transmutation. And that can only happen through healing it. So while you sit and feel it and heal it, you'll also create a new behaviour. But that old behaviour hasn't gone, because you're still processing it. It's like learning to swim. When you learn to swim, or in the first throes of learning to swim, you don't instantly swim like Duncan Goodhue, who was a famous swimmer in the 90s. You will have periods where you feel like you've grasped it, where you feel like you're doing it with ease. And then you'll have periods where you struggle and anxiety comes in and you panic and you feel like you're drowning. And you feel like, oh, I'm never going to get this. Sometimes I get it and sometimes I don't. Because your healing is a journey. Your life lessons and experiences are a journey. And we are so used to being in a society of quick fixes. A society of, I need things to change and I need them to change now. Of instant gratification. Where we can access anything we want on the internet. Watch any kind of video that we want on the TV. We have become so accustomed to having everything now that any time we have to wait or actually work at something, it feels as if it's not working. So the split is a period of time where you will have incorporated some new behaviours or concepts, but you will also have old behaviours still there. And you will flit between twice creating the new behaviour and 5 times the old behaviour creeps in. And it's for you to sit and reflect and praise yourself at each stage, to be thankful that at one point you didn't even have 2 times that new behaviour was able to show. You didn't even have 2 periods where you was able to deal with something differently. So expecting yourself to jump straight into a new behaviour creating overnight where suddenly you're this different person is absolutely bypassing what the journey of healing is about. The healing journey is about exploration of self. Learning to uncover how your experiences have affected you. Learning to understand your needs and your wants. And that again is not an overnight process. Somebody who learns to draw does not learn to draw overnight. It's important that you sit with yourself with this. Because the reason why you're suffering is because the expectation that you need to get it right first time. The expectation that as soon as you know what it is you need to do, that why can't you do that every time? I know not to react, so why do I react every time? Because you're learning. Because you're creating a new behaviour which takes time. And people try to escape the split, they don't understand the split. And actually, not a lot of spiritual teachers, empowerers talk about the split. Meaning there is a newer version or a healed version of yourself growing. But also you're shedding a part of who you were. The unhealed part. A butterfly does not just become a butterfly, it goes through a period of transformation. The caterpillar goes into a cocoon and it turns mushy and murky and dirty. If that caterpillar breaks too quickly, it dies because it hasn't fully formed. The reason why you're suffering is because you're expecting the process to be something different. You're expecting things to be quicker. Nobody likes discomfort, I get that. Nobody likes the discomfort of feeling as if things aren't changing. But what really is the undercore of that is shame. And I will share with you where shame comes from. And shame is ingrained in so many people that are healing and they don't even realise it. Shame comes in when in childhood, at different stages for whatever reason, you've been shamed. Your parents may have been critical. You may have people around you that had expectations of you. You're not doing this, you're not going to bed on time, you're not doing right, you're not eating your tea. This shames the child. Oh my God, I haven't done right, I haven't done this, I haven't done that. And when there isn't praise to go alongside the ridicule, shame ingrains. Children are shamed at school when they don't achieve. Children are shamed in activities when they don't win. Shame is ingrained in a lot of children because there's expectations on how children, especially back in the day, should have been. So when you're healing and you meet the split, which is creating some new behaviour, but sometimes having the old behaviour, every time that old behaviour creeps in, you will have shame. It's about sitting and realising that shame is at the core of your wound. That the reason why you're struggling a little bit to heal and ingrain this more is because each time you feel you don't get it right, as if there is a right, you feel shame. I should know this by now. Why don't I know this? Why have I fucked up? Why have I messed up? Because you're human and you're experiencing and you're a soul. You're a soul on a spiritual, you're a spiritual person on a human journey. You're here to experience. And that doesn't mean by getting it right first time. Sitting with the shame and the belief that you have to get it right first time or should know better is taking away from the journey of experience. And how you work with shame is you learn compassion for yourself. When you start to feel the throes of I should know better, why did I do that? Why did I say that? Why did I react? Compassion. Because I'm human and I'm learning. Because I have old behaviours that I'm willing to heal. Creating a mantra for yourself. And a mantra is something you repeat to yourself, or an affirmation, something that you say to yourself. I approve of myself and I'm willing to change. I am good enough, even in my unhealed states. You will only ever heal shame by facing it and having compassion for it. If you don't learn compassion for yourself along your healing journey, you will stay stuck in the split. Because every time an old behaviour creeps in, you will feel disheartened and angry, and you will end up self-sabotaging by staying in that disheartened place longer, believing that you're never going to change. Things are never going to get better. What's the point? The point is, every breakthrough takes time. And every breakthrough isn't so big that you know it's a breakthrough. A breakthrough can be as much as reflecting and realising, wow, I've grown way more than I thought I had. Wow, I don't feel as stressed by that as I once did. You have to reflect on those small periods, because they're not small, they're big. But we are so used to looking at everything in such a large way and looking at something as such a huge goal that we're only looking for the big achievements. And that again is reinforcing that inner child that you're only worthy when you pass that exam, never mind that you tried. You're only worthy when you win the sports game, no matter that you showed up and tried, or no matter that you've come further than you were last time. Don't allow yourself to get caught focusing on such big achievements and goals that that's the only thing you think that can show your growth. Growth happens so subtly and over time that actually, first and foremost, other people recognise it before you do. Because it's like losing weight. If you lose weight over a period of time, you do it so slowly, you will never really notice that you're doing it until your clothes start feeling bigger, or people say, wow, you've lost weight. But you're looking for the dramatic decrease in weight overnight where people go, wow, look at how amazing you lost that so quickly, because there's a part of you that wants that validation and reinforcement. But people also don't notice it straight away because you change over time. The split is important, and it's an important place that you learn to accept and to flow through, knowing that you will, for a period of time, be in a position where old behaviours and newer behaviours exist. And that doesn't mean that you're taking 10 steps back. It doesn't mean that you're never going to heal. It means it's a transitional phase. It means that while you're growing, you're unlearning at the same time. And that cannot happen overnight. I send you so much love. And please know that you have the power to do this.